Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Ace, and that's right, you are watching another episode of Between the Ropes. And tonight, I am joined tonight by none other than the man that we call Mr. Crispy Bacon. How you doing tonight?
Doing good. How's everybody doing tonight?
I can't complain. I don't know. Even if I did, I don't think anybody would listen anyways. And then, of course, we have Mr. Big B in the house. Big B, how you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing good. Just finished up week 1 of NFL season, and now it's time to talk about a real man sport in wrestling. So let's get it on.
Well, Chris, when you think about it, it kind of is becoming the wrestling is kind of that real man sport because you can't really touch anybody in football anymore without getting a penalty flag thrown. So.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
So, and then of course, welcome back, Dragon Viper. So, Dragon Viper, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. Just about ready to go to work. So.
And Dragon Viper, so we have somebody that's already has seen the shirt that you're wearing, and they're like, OMG.
Yeah, you got to model it, bud. Come on, give us a little catwalk and. Oh God, did you get the matching scooter too?
CRJ, bro. It's the president of the fan club.
You got to rep it, man. Rep that. Okay.
Only time I'm wearing it, by the way. Only time.
And then,
then his mom gets it, he says.
Yep.
And then, of course, he's back. That's right. We call him Mr. Mess Around Dave. He's back. How you doing tonight, Mess Around?
Yeah, terrible, but for reasons I won't talk about. Stupid Bears game.
Hey, it happens, man. It happens. And, hey, welcome in, Lou. Lou is here tonight. Welcome in, Lou. How you doing tonight, Lou? Lou, that is right. She's here. She's in the house. It's great to see you again. And then, of course, we have a lot to talk about tonight. A lot of great stuff to talk about. So, without further ado, how about we go ahead and kick this off on the right way? We talk a little bit of Monday Night Raw. So, Mr. Crispy Bacon, how about you go ahead and kick us off with that little bit of Monday Night Raw?
All right, first one is Sheamus going up against Drew McIntyre to become the number 1 contender for the United States Championship, and Sheamus won.
You know what's interesting is we've talked about these two guys wrestling before, and we've always said how we actually thought when these guys wrestled, they actually put on some good matches. I thought that this match was actually good myself, but Mess Around Dave, since you're back now, I'll go ahead and I'll start out with you on this one. What'd you think of this match?
I thought it was okay. These guys do put on good matches when they face each other. They're both brutes, and they're both strong and powerful. So, but I was surprised that Sheamus won. I thought Drew would win because he hasn't had that title.
No, that's actually a really good point there. I knew that he didn't have that title, but I don't know. I think that they're saving Drew, and the only reason I'm saying that is because I don't know if you guys see it, but maybe Drew ends up getting traded to SmackDown. Maybe that's why they're not. Maybe that's why they didn't have him winning this match and putting him up against. Because I can't remember the exact date, but
October 1st.
October 1st and 4th.
Oh yeah,
the draft?
Yeah.
The draft. Yeah. I couldn't remember when the draft was, and I knew it was going to be somewhere around there. And so now we're all getting excited for that draft because I think we're going to see a lot of things happen when it comes to the draft there. But Big B, go ahead and tell me what you thought on this match.
As I'll take a page out of Mr. Dragon Viper's book there. it was okay. I mean, not too. No, I'm kidding. I liked them both. I mean, like you said, Ace, we've talked about it over and over again. I could watch these two go on all the time. I wasn't really surprised Drew didn't win because, I think he's more of a main eventer than he is a mid card guy. I can see him getting drafted to SmackDown, but again, we don't know what's up Vince's sleeve. I mean, so we'll have to see. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good match.
Something is up.
Yeah.
I tell you, they're definitely up to something. But Dragon Viper, why don't you go ahead and tell me what you thought on this match?
What I thought about this match, I thought it was a really good match.
Oh, shocker!
Woo! I like
well,
it.
It's Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. It's already been said, but those two have really great matches, and they bring the best out of each other. And it could be because of where they grew up, and all that. I don't know if them growing up as friends was a storyline or if it was real, but where they grew up, it kind of helps. But they're both big, they're both brutal, they're both they bring the best out of each other. And I was surprised too. I was surprised that Drew lost. But then right after I saw that match and saw that Drew lost, I did read about Drew possibly going to SmackDown. So great match overall. Every time that they're in the ring, great match.
All right. And then Crispy Bacon.
No, it was a good match overall. I agree with everyone that, they're good competitors and they put out the best matches when they face each other, and it was a good match to start off the night.
All right. And then with that, overall, I think it's kind of interesting how people kind of downplayed this match a little bit, especially when they had originally showed it on the card, and then everybody was like, oh, really? We're going to get another dud of Monday Night Raw. I thought that, this was an excellent way to start off Monday Night Raw. This was excellent. I'm glad to see Sheamus back again as the number one contender as the United States champion, because as we know right now, they're not doing that whole automatic rematch going on automatically. And so I'm glad to see them back in that picture. But anyways, Chris, go ahead and take us into that next match.
Yeah, the next matchup is probably an unlikely pair, Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH, going up against Natalia and Tamina, and Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH won.
This has been a very, very interesting tag team if you think about it. I definitely was not expecting Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH to actually end up being a tag team. But even though it's different, it still seems to be working. That is that is going to be the interesting thing. But Big B, go ahead and kick us off.
Yeah, these mix-up tag teams, or however you want to call it. I don't know. The women's tag title is kind of becoming a little joke, I think. But Ripley and Nikki Ash, I don't know why they put them together, but I thought they'd be a good rivalry, with Charlotte Flair and stuff. But overall, I mean, the women are proven to be better. I mean, Tamina's getting there. I mean, but you got Natalia, you got Ripley, you got Ash, who all can carry that match. So overall, I mean, I thought it was a pretty decent match. Still trying to figure out what they're doing with these women tag titles.
Sorry, didn't realize I was on mute. But are you saying that these tag titles are becoming a joke? Because, I mean,
They don't got solid. I mean, they're not like it's not like the 24/7 title. I think it's just they don't have tag teams to boost them. They got to put these teams together and hope they click. Like Natalia and Tamina, like Jax and Baszler. You know, they don't have the Bella twins. They don't have, you know, whoever. They just don't have. They don't have the star power yet in that women's tag division.
Well, they have the star power of divas, but they don't have.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but they don't have the divas tag teams anymore because they're kind of more focused on more of solo time. But mess around, Dave. What did you think? What do you think of this tag team and this tag team match in general?
It's a pretty interesting tag team, actually. You know, they're both pretty powerful and strong. I like this tag team. I think that the reason they probably put them together because neither one of them are probably going to be in the title picture anytime soon. So why not put them together and go after tag team titles?
You like it as much as RK Bro?
No.
No, he doesn't like it as much as RK Bro. And then, of course, Dragon Viper, who's repping the RK Bro shirt. We got to hear it from you.
Yeah, one and only time. I thought it was
he
a
sleeps with that.
No, but I think it was a decent match. I'm kind of troubled about Rhea and Nikki even teaming up because you know they did this with Baszler. They brought Baszler in, made her tough and everything else, and look what they did with her. They're doing with her now. Or have been doing with her, with teaming her up with Nia. And I have a feeling that hopefully they don't go and, do the same thing with Rhea. They make Rhea, a tough female and they team her up with Nikki. I mean, is that going to continue? And are they going to make Rhea become a joke like they did with, Shayna? So, that's yet to be seen. I still don't know what to think about it. I agree with Big B that the tag titles have kind of become a joke in the sense that they brought those tag titles in at the wrong time because at the time they didn't think it was the wrong time, but now it seems like the wrong time because they don't have any real tag teams in the women's division anymore. So I honestly think that it right now is the wrong time to even have a female's tag titles. So
boo. That's all I can say right now.
So tag teams together.
I don't think it's the wrong time. It's just they don't have the teams. They don't have the Riot Squad. They don't have Fire and Desire. They don't have who else am I missing there? I mean,
Bella's.
We actually do have a comment that's coming through here right now, which is actually coming from Christy Wilson, and she's actually saying, "I still think that Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox should be the ones who beat Natalia and Tamina for the women's tag team."
They're a legit tag team, though.
They are. They're a legit tag team. They're actually a great tag team. Or Lou saying the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah,
well, that's if what's her face were to come back.
Mm-hmm.
That was
where has she been?
Are you talking
Asuka's,
about?
I think injured.
Asuka.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Asuka right now is injured. Asuka's
I didn't know that.
No, I meant the other one. Kairi Sane.
Yeah, and
she got released.
And Christy Wilson saying, "Iconic." But I wish the Iconics were back right now, but we know that they were released, so we got to see what happens with that. But Crispy Bacon, what do you got for us on this match?
It's an interesting pairing with Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH. I mean, it's kind of, I guess, similar situation with, like RK Bro, putting two unlikely, people together and putting them in a tag team situation, but maybe it'll work out. I don't think they're going to win any titles, but I think it'll work out for now.
No, I like. Oh, go ahead. Big B.
Well, I was gonna say we all know Riddle and Orton are best friends. Come on now.
True. We do.
we can sit there. We can and Lou, I got to do this because Lou was saying not in the voice, but I need to do it. We make it. Oh, hey, okay,
No.
so anyway, so overall, I think this was a good match. I'm just curious to see how long Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley are going to last until they eventually break apart again. But it's like people are complaining right now because when you think about it, people are saying that they're not utilizing, all the talent the way that they should be. But then they come up with this and they're like, to get the stars out there that we need to, we have to put them in tag teams, and then people don't like it. But they're trying to make people happy. But I don't think anyways.
But if you put tag teams together that are similar, I mean, like Nikki Ash and Ripley, I mean, you got a superhero, and now if it was Nikki Cross when she first came up at Ripley, okay, they're kind of similar characters, stuff like that. But now she's playing the superhero part. My question is, do you think they should have came out with a secondary singles title before they came out with the tag titles?
No, but I think they will come out with a secondary title. I really think they will.
That's maybe what they need. So
no, I seriously think they will. I think they will come out with a secondary title, whether it be some kind of women's intercontinental championship or something like that. I think that they're going to do something. And welcome in
24/7 title.
Yes, 24/7 title.
Well, the thing is when they had those tag titles when they first came out, there actually was female tag teams, legit
tag teams. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there was.
I agree.
There was because you had Bailey and Sasha Banks. You had the Iconics. You had the Kabuki Warriors. You legit had all these tag teams, but they're just not there anymore. And so it's like Christy Wilson saying, she wants a women's intercontinental title. That would be okay. Yep. And also welcome in Nicholas Burnett. So it's great to see you. Welcome in. Thank you for watching the show. Sorry. Yes. All right. So Chris, take us into that next match.
Yeah, the next matchup is going to be Karrion Kross versus John Morrison, and Karrion Kross defeated John Morrison, and it was set up with an interview at first.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
Well, yeah, it was set up, and now they're putting Karrion Kross against John Morrison. They kind of backed off the angle of him with Jeff Hardy. They're kind of really trying to build up Karrion Kross as being really, really strong. So they're trying to make him look good. And you know what? That's okay, but at John Morrison's expense. So at what point do you put John Morrison, when do you start building him up to maybe put him in the U.S. title picture? Maybe trading him to SmackDown and giving him an Intercontinental title run, something like that. You just never know. But Lou is saying the ultimate female tag team would be Paige and AJ Lee. Absolutely. I would love to see that. That would have been freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But Mess Around Dave, tell me what you thought of this match.
Excuse me, what match was it again?
It was Karrion Kross and
Oh.
John Morrison. The match that was super fast. Karrion Kross just ended its fast.
It's kind of like
It's about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever watched him on NXT, but he was a beast there, and I think they should build him up to be that way on Raw. Because that dude, he's pretty talented. I can see him in the title picture soon. Not soon, but maybe a year down the line.
No, but people keep talking about how they still need to mix Scarlett with Karrion Kross. They need to put Scarlett back in the picture to actually make him extra special. And maybe they will. I don't know. They might at some point. But Dragon Viper, what'd you think?
Yeah, I would have liked to. I understand the concept of why they allowed Kross to win. I would have liked to see Morrison win, but for as long of a match as it was okay. Not too thrilled about it.
Oh, of course, we're back to Dragon Vipers. I wasn't too thrilled about it. Mark this on the calendar. Mark it on the calendar because we know it's there. But
it's still there.
It's still there. It hasn't changed.
6 of them a show.
Right? All right, so
Yeah.
Crispy Bacon, what'd you think?
It was a very quick match. I was also kind of rooting for Morrison, but I mean, they're trying to build him up. They're trying to build up Cross, so
There was
we'll just
no
see what
way.
happens.
There
Yeah,
was no way
no.
that Karrion Cross was going to lose that match. There was no
Oh,
way.
I know.
With the way that they're building him up now, no.
Yeah.
But Lou was saying, create another team like when it was like Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man. She thought that was always a good tag team. That could have been a good tag team, but I don't think that you would get anything as legendary as Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man. I don't think you could.
I think she means more of the manager type and
No,
the
I get it.
valet.
I get what she's saying. I get that. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, you're
I
not
don't
going to
think you
touch
could ever
Miss
make another
Elizabeth the
legend.
Macho Man. No,
No, definitely not.
No.
Definitely not. You could not. But Big B, what'd you think of this match?
I mean, it was over in how long? I mean, Morrison had
Like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I don't know what to do with Morrison. He came back. They pushed him. They teamed him with Miz. Now, who knows what? I like your idea, Ace. Give him a U.S. title run or some kind of IC run, or put him in an RK Bros, and it could be the Moist RK Bros or something. Something like that. So. I'm with everybody that says that Scarlett needs to be up there. I think it's kind of weird to see him come out by himself and the goofy demolition wannabe gimmick or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, they're building up Cross. I don't think we'll see him lose anytime soon. So,
No, I don't think you will until I don't know, unless they decide to really change it and be like, well, we're building him up now, but then we're going to put him down because, sometimes they start to build somebody up and then over time they're like, well, we don't see what we thought we saw in them. So now we're going to.
and then you let Riddle beat him and call it a day.
Yeah, right. All right. So, Chris, take us into that next match.
All right. The next match is going to be Charlotte Flair going up against Nia Jax to retain the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair won that one.
Well, you obviously knew that Charlotte Flair was going to win. I'm more interested, after the match, with the whole Alexa Bliss thing when she came out. And pointed at the title and said what she was going for. I'm like, yes.
And I
got super excited about it.
And
that
I
was
think
my
it's
favorite part of Raw.
Oh, yes.
Those two will face off.
I like it. But the only thing is what worries me is that as much as I want to see her as the women's champ, I don't think that Charlotte's going to lose it that quickly again because last time she lost it pretty fast, but I don't think she's going to end up losing it. I really hope she does because I want to see Alexa Bliss again as champion. I want to see Alexa Bliss again as champion. I can't wait to see it. But
it's been a while.
Dragon Viper, tell me what you thought.
It
was okay, man.
It was okay. It was you know what?
You got 4 left.
It was decent to okay of a match. I mean, it was obvious that Charlotte was going to win. And other than that, it was decent. I'm just going to go with that. And I did enjoy, seeing Alexa come down and challenge for the title. And I want to see, Charlotte lose the title and never win it back. That'd be amazing.
Yes.
You're hurting my feelings, Dragon Viper. You're hurting my feelings.
100%.
What I do.
I know. That's what you do. All right. Mess around, Dave.
I knew Charlotte was going to win, but at the same time, I was hoping Nia would have because they were starting to build her up to be this dominant force again. And then she loses, so I don't know. I hate seeing Charlotte as champ. I Can't stand it.
Charlotte is the opportunity. Okay, so I know a lot of people, but this is what I often say. So let's say this, okay? So let's say we take your favorite wrestler. So your favorite wrestler is Randy Orton. All right. And Dragon Viper likes Randy Orton. But if WWE were continue to give him the championship, I don't think anybody would care. Nobody would complain. To be perfectly honest, if he was your favorite, I don't think anybody would complain. And I think
the problem is that a lot of it is people hate it because she's Ric Flair's daughter. And
I think that's why.
Yeah.
I think that's why. But other than that, I'm telling you, I think that it would not be. And so that's why it's kind of a double standard when it comes to it, because certain people are okay with it, but then others people are like, no, I don't like it.
Here's what I think it is. I don't think it's the Ric Flair daughter thing. I think it's more or less she loses the title, she wins it back. She'll hold it for a couple months, she'll lose it, she'll win it right back. It's just that bouncing back and forth. She doesn't. They don't let anybody else get a good run with it. Becky Lynch had a good run with both of them for a few months, but Flair's always in the title picture. So it's like we're reliving the 80s and 90s when Flair was always in the title picture, and everybody got sick of Flair when he was winning it all the time. So I think that's what it is. It's just, it's not
Well, we have a few comments that are rolling here in the comment section. So, we have Christy Wilson who's saying, I hope Alexa beats Charlotte at Extreme Rules. I think everybody here does. I think everybody would love to see that. Christy Wilson is also saying Dragon Viper wants Charlotte to go to AEW. So do I. But the recent reports are basically that she's completely happy where she's at. That was the report that came out.
I'm not.
Is because she's one of the top divas there, so she's completely happy with it. But all right, Big B, I don't think you said anything about this match yet.
There ain't much more to say. I mean, you guys nailed it. I think Ace, you nailed it on the end. That the best part of it was when Alexa came out, and I'm going to say right now she's going to beat and get that title. And she's going to have her own little special title come out like The Fiend did. She's going to have some kind of...
That would be really cool.
It'll look like Lily, I bet.
Yeah, she's going to make a title for Lily.
Yep.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Or she could win... Or, if it ever came down to it, she could win the tag team titles and the other one goes to Lily. Alexa and Lily as a tag team champion.
Oh...
And they had a little.
That would just kill the tag division right there.
They had a little boy be a tag champ, so why not have a doll?
Right, exactly. All right, Chris, roll us on into that next match, eh?
All right, we have a. It's a very long match. It was a tag team turmoil.
Oh yeah,
basically. Bobby Lashley defeated MVP defeated AJ Styles and Omos. Lucha House Party.
A very long match. Yeah, we don't need to get into every tag team. But
did that start the show and then it got cut off?
Yeah, it started. Yeah. It started and then the New Day and it was the New Day. And I'm trying to think of what other tag team it was. No, they weren't the ones who got taken out. They took out the New Day.
Yeah.
It was Ali and Mansoor.
Oh yes, Ali and Mansoor. They came in and took them out, and then now the ending of it. Now you see who won it again. So
right,
it's going to be interesting to see where they're going. Where they're going with this. Are they trying to stack a bunch of titles on Bobby Lashley?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hope not.
Well,
I'm telling you, they did it when Bobby Lashley was in TNA and Impact and all that. That's what they did. They gave him almost every single title. And so,
they gave Kurt Angle all 5 titles at once in TNA too. So
yeah, so I'm curious if this is going to happen with him in WWE. Are they going to start stacking the titles? But
that would be something Vince would do. Give one guy every title.
But Messer, what'd you think of this turmoil?
I liked it up until the point when Mason T-Bar ruined it and took them out, and they had to restart it. I was hoping New Day would win, but I figured they wouldn't because Lashley's got that angle with Orton going. And just for, because New Day is awesome. I love New Day. But, yeah, I figured Lashley and MVP were going to win.
All right. Dragon Viper. Well, it was okay, but it wasn't my favorite. Okay.
You know what?
It doesn't matter what you think.
You know what? You're right. It wasn't one of my favorites. Okay. I'm glad to see. I am actually glad to see MVP and Lashley going for those tag titles because I want RK Bro, as Big B loves saying, to lose those titles, and I know either by AJ Styles and Omos or MVP and Lashley could take those titles off of them. So I'm sorry for Orton, but Orton, I like Orton. He's my favorite, but maybe it'll break up RK Bro, So
yeah, and you know what? Lou actually makes a great point too. She said to see Omos pick up Lashley like that was just funny. It was because I think Omos could almost go toe to toe with almost anybody. But Big B, what'd you think?
First off, I gotta say that was a sweet tribute to the outsiders that New Day did with those outfits. When I first saw them, I was like, that looks familiar. And then when they finally zoomed in on them, I'm like, oh, those are sweet. So anyways, yeah, when Bobby Lashley and MVP said they're going to try to get in, you knew they were going to win. I really hope they don't put the tag titles on them and then have them be a double champion. I'd rather see Randy get the double titles or even Riddle. Let Riddle have the title run. And then split them up that way. Put the title on Riddle and then split them up, and then Randy wins the title. How about that? So
there you go.
Yeah. So outside of that, I mean, to watch this turmoil, I mean, it was good all around. I mean, you had some good, exciting teams, some high flyers. You had the big Mason T-Bar. So outside of that, the ending was predictable. I mean, you knew Lashley and MVP were going to win.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, Chris, roll us on into that next match, eh?
All right, and that was it for Raw.
Yeah, but the only thing that I wanted to mention about Raw, and it just completely, I just completely lost it in my mind. I don't know why I completely lost it in my mind, but if I remember, we will go back to it. But anyway,
well, I do want to bring up one thing.
Yeah,
that tomorrow is going to be the WWE Championship.
That's what I was going to talk about. Yes.
Yeah, Lashley and Orton. They changed it. They changed it from it being a Extreme Rules pay-per-view match.
Rules, yeah, to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. So I think that maybe Lashley could lose it tomorrow. I really doubt it.
No, he won't. He won't lose it.
I hope.
I think the only time that they will the only time he'll lose it is if Big E happens to cash in, but we'll definitely see.
Well, he keeps popping up and showing off the briefcase. So I mean,
oh yeah. But anyways, all right, Chris, go ahead and suplex us on into Friday Night SmackDown.
I had it and I lost it. Coming up in 1 second.
That's what she said.
Okay, here we go. It was, speaking of Big E, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio. It was basically another massive tag team. 6-man tag team.
5-on-5, right?
But, yeah, it was 5-on-5. But the one thing I want to talk about is guess who came back on SmackDown? That's right, the Beast Incarnate himself, Brock Lesnar.
I know, him impressive, terrible.
I know, but I'll tell you what. I'm so stoked that the Beast is back, and I really hope he comes back to take what is rightfully his, and that is right, the Universal Championship.
Paul Heyman?
That is rightfully Brock. But and the only reason I'm talking about this is because what I think is interesting is I really want to know. If you remember what Brock had said at the beginning when Brock came out and talked and was like, "So Paul, what I really want to know is." Why didn't you tell Roman that I was going to be at SummerSlam? And you could see Paul be like, I didn't know. I didn't know. So it makes me wonder, did Paul Heyman actually know? Or is he playing it off like, okay, I didn't really know, but he actually knew. So I kind of want to see the direction that they're going with it. Like,
yeah.
That's where I'm curious to see where it's going, to where in the end, if it actually showed that Paul knew or Paul didn't know.
I thought it was funny how Brock was like, before Roman fires your ass, you got 5 seconds to answer my challenge.
Right.
I like the new look Brock Lesnar.
I love it. I love the new look. I do. I think it's awesome.
I know some people think that Heyman's going to turn on Roman and side with Brock. If they're pushing Brock as a face this time, Heyman doesn't work. He needs a valet, a lady valet. He doesn't need Heyman. Heyman's more of a heel manager like Bobby Heenan was. So if they're seriously going to push Brock as a heel, he goes with no manager, or they find some kind of lady manager.
Bring his wife back.
Sable.
Yeah, but I still think Heyman could. I still think Heyman could be a face manager. I still think he could. I still think
I'd rather see Leo Rush be his wingman.
But to be perfectly honest, I think Brock could actually do this on his own. I really think.
I think he can too.
Brock is big enough to where he doesn't need anybody. Like he's built himself up. He's got a big enough name. He doesn't need a manager. And Dragon Viper, I know you're sitting there going, you have that look on your face, but in all reality, you have to understand the type of draw that Brock Lesnar is. That dude is a draw, man. I'm telling you, the dude is huge in wrestling. He is. The pop he gets every time he returns is crazy.
I don't know why.
He gets such a huge pop. Because he's huge, man. He's huge.
Everybody's afraid to go get their butts kicked if they don't cheer for him.
I wouldn't cheer for him.
Was anybody surprised that Roman got like they were cheering him and like they were giving him, they were cheering him on when he was talking?
Yeah, I heard that at the beginning of the show. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. But I think what's interesting about it though is that there's actually quite a few people who are kind of starting to like his character. You can hear a lot about it. Like a lot of people are saying his character before they didn't like, but they like this one. They like the whole tribal chief and acknowledge me. And so they feel like they've actually opened a lot more doors for Roman Reigns to be like, take your character away. And he's actually, I'll say one thing about Roman Reigns in this character here is he's actually improved skill-wise. He has. And I'm not going to take that away from Roman. I'm still not a Reigns fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm still not a Reigns fan, but he has improved.
It's a whole better. This gimmick's a lot better than Seth Rollins' embrace division BS.
Get out of here.
But I still can't wait for the reigning, defending the 21-1. He's the 1 and 21-1. The Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. I can't wait for him to get back what is his.
I do like how I think it was last week or the week before Paul Heyman was doing an interview and his phone rang, and it was Brock.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
That was
but
kind of funny.
but Heyman keeps dropping these subtle hints though too, because he's like, well, I don't know, in Saskatchewan, and Reigns is like, well, how'd you know that's where he's at?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I don't know, I'm just guessing. Like,
Yeah.
he could be in Minnesota for all I know. So he's dropping these
or
little
New York.
subtle hints.
Or
He's
New
just
York.
dropping these little subtle hints that I think he's going to end up turning on Roman. But Christy Wilson saying, how about Naomi joining the bloodline? She's Jimmy Uso's wife and is currently not being used. You could definitely see it. You could see it. She could end up being a manager type of Roman if that ended up happening. But we can jump into
Put her with Brock Lesnar.
But we could jump into that 5-man tag match that we were talking about, technically 10 when you think about it. What I thought was interesting about this match, though, when you think about it, think about who came out before the match started. Trae Young. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't think anybody was expecting Trae Young to come out. That was really cool.
It was a perfect fit because didn't Trae Young knock the Knicks out of the playoffs, and that's what they were kind of pushing? Yeah. So it was a perfect fit.
Somebody knows how to win in this building.
Yeah. But I think too that they wanted to one up AEW for what they did.
What did they? They didn't do anything. Like
a couple weeks ago they brought a Giannis.
Oh yeah. Well, he was at ringside. But anyway. So mess around. Go ahead and take it away in this match.
Yeah, it was a good match. I really wish to do something with Sami Zayn. The guy's so talented. He's really good on the mic. He needs a title again. I'd like to get a top title, like the Universal title.
I'll tell you what. I loved his pants, man. He had like some PJ pants going on or something. I don't know what those were, but it was like the Knicks jersey, the PJ pants, and I'm like, what's the guy going on here? What the heck is this?
Bad combo.
His wife picked out his clothes.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. All right.
Yeah.
Dragon Viper?
Yo, I did not care for this match.
Of course you
didn't care for it. And, again, I say this all the time. Sami Zayn needs to leave TV. I don't want to see him. I don't want to hear his mouth. He needs to go away.
Oh my God, really?
Go away. That's all I have to say. I didn't care for it.
And this is the problem here. You have all these wrestling fans that though this guy needs to leave, and then they leave. Or WWE gets rid of them, and then they're like, what are they doing? They're releasing all their top people. What are they doing? And I'm like,
culture.
And so I'm like, wait, didn't you just say you wanted them gone, and now you're complaining because they are leaving?
Sami Zayn, if he goes, I will throw a party because I don't hear or see him. So, one that can go.
Huh? I see the wheel spinning there, Big B. I see him spinning.
I mean, there is talent that WWE left or released that I could have seen them keep over Sami Zayn and let Sami walk. So I get that part, but I mean, mess around's got a point. They need to do something with Sami. I mean, he's decent on the mic. He's got the ring skills. I mean, for the match itself, I mean, you get 10 guys out there. They all, I mean, except for Otis, I think it's kind of boring me now when I used to enjoy them. I think the other 9 guys that were in there, I enjoy watching. Dominic's coming around, Ray's getting up there, Big E, Apollo. I don't know who else I'm missing. Sami Zayn. So, it was a good match.
So speaking of that, though, I kind of saw this interesting thing that somebody was talking about. Oh yeah, it was Edge that had a interview, and he was talking about this. I'm like, you know what? He made a lot of valid points, because when people talk about one of the greatest in-ring performers of all time, he's like, how come nobody ever talks about Mysterio? But they said when Rey Mysterio retires, everybody will be like, wow, what that guy did for this company was crazy, because would guys of like Daniel Bryan or smaller guys have been able to break through if it was not for Rey Mysterio? And when you think about it, I don't know, because it was Rey Mysterio who first broke through as the little man in WWE. And so
Well, WCW. I mean,
no, but I'm talking about when he came to WWE, though,
yeah.
is that I'm saying, like, Ray deserves a lot of credit for what he's done. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
I mean, but that whole, I mean, if you go back to, Ray in WCW, that's when that Lucha Libre high flying stuff really took off, because you had Eddie, you had,
Yes, but
Chavo, you had Ray. Ray.
But you look at the main event scene, and Ray's the one who was able to break through on the main event side. So if you don't have a Rey Mysterio on the main event side, you probably don't have these other guys breaking through on the main event side.
Oh, you're right. I mean,
you probably don't. And so that's
you're definitely right. Ray's the, I guess, godfather of the little guys. If it wasn't for him or the gold of the little guys, I mean, next to Hornswoggle, I think, Ray's out there.
They need Hornswoggle back to sell seats. They need Hornswoggle back. He would sell out the company. All right, so.
Oh yeah, they should pair. Hornswoggle should be the MC for Brock Lesnar. I think that'll work.
That would be awesome. Bring him back. We're all going to petition for WWE to bring Hornswoggle back. But
only if he looks like Brock Lesnar, though, with the man bun and the lumberjack look.
I love it. All right, Crispy Bacon, what was your thoughts on this match?
No, it was an okay match, I thought. I mean, good competitors out there, but I mean, a lot of tag teams out there. It was an okay match.
An okay match. Okay, all right. So
Randy, I just saw your comment, man. You really don't like Sami Zayn on TV. I mean, are you jealous of his hair or what?
What?
I don't know.
Are you jealous of his hair or?
All right.
No, his just annoying voice and it's like nails on a chalkboard kind of thing. No. Ugh.
All right, Crispy Bacon. Go ahead and suplex us on into that next one.
SummerSlam rematch: Seth Rollins versus Edge, and Seth Rollins defeats Edge, unfortunately, in probably not good circumstances.
Yeah, but let me ask you this though: why is it that when we talk about one of the greatest in-ring performers currently, when we talk about one of the greatest wrestlers in the world right now, why do we not talk about Seth Rollins?
Nobody likes his vision.
Beyond.
I won't embrace it.
No, I'm talking about like beyond the vision. Why do we not talk enough about Seth Rollins and what he can do in the ring as a performer?
I think he's an incredible performer. I don't doubt him. I don't talk bad about him. I think he's incredible.
Oh, absolutely. It's just one of the things I look at that I'm like, why do they not talk about, Seth Rollins being one of the best in the world right now, one of the best in-ring performers right now, because he is. Huh?
Back when they had the authority, he carried the company for a couple years.
Oh yeah, he did.
That's true.
He did.
Oh yeah.
Seth Rollins has proven he can carry a company if he needs to. He can do it. He can do it. He can carry a company. And the dude is just phenomenal. All right, but anyway.
that's AJ Styles.
But
I
anyway.
was thinking the same thing.
All right, so mess around. So we're gonna talk about this match and Rollins and he wants everybody to embrace the vision. But we all know at the end of the match, Edge was taken off on a stretcher at the end. So what was your overall thoughts on this match? Because what these matches are like with Rollins and Edge. They're fire. Like that's what they are. They're fire.
Yeah, they're pretty much instant classics. I thought it was great to set one. The Edge winning really doesn't do anything for him. And so, but Edge getting taken down is kind of sad to see.
It is. It's sad.
Yeah.
Dragon Viper, how about you?
Match of the night. it's amazing to see these two go at it, every time, and I wish that Edge could still, wrestle more often, because that's, I'd like to see more Seth versus Edge, because they're both incredible athletes. They are both amazing in the ring, and every time that they have a match, it's stellar. So amazing match, and it was, it's like what you guys said. It was sad to see Edge get on a stretcher, and either guy could have won, and I would have enjoyed it. So good for Seth, and yeah.
I'm right there with you. Like, I could watch these guys wrestle for an hour. I could. They are so entertaining. They put on such a good match. You just put them in the ring, and I can watch them wrestle all night. That's how entertaining these two are. Imagine them as a tag team, man. That would be insane as a tag team.
Yeah.
But Crispy Bacon, what'd you think of this match?
I liked the match. It was a good match. They are both very talented, both really good in the ring. It was just unfortunate what happened at the end, and I hope he is okay. But it was a good match overall.
I would love to see these guys main event for the WWE Championship or Universal title. I would love to see it. Big B, what do you think of this?
Oh no, I mean, you guys nailed it. I mean, Edge in his prime and Rollins right now would be a classic. I mean, there's classics right now. Just think what could happen before Edge's injury.
Oh man.
I really hope that Edge is okay. I know, it's whatever. I hope it's part of the storyline and he's not seriously injured is what I'm trying to get at. Because I definitely like to see him go one more round. Like you said, Ace or Chris, they should main event for a title down the road. And I mean, even if they, threw them together as a tag team, yeah, Ace, I can see it. I think it'd be phenomenal. But I just hope that we find out that it's, just a minor injury or whatever as part of the storyline, not something serious to keep Edge out. So
yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping though too. But I haven't heard anything, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm guessing since we haven't heard anything that it's part of the storyline.
I'm guessing so too.
Yeah.
Well, isn't he only supposed to wrestle like a handful of times a year anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right. So anyways, Chris, go ahead and take us into that next match.
Yeah, the next match is going to be the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford going up against Jay and Jimmy Uso, the Usos, and the Street Profits won.
Street Profits. Dragon Viper, you can go first on this one.
I was disappointed the Street Profits won. Good match. I would have loved to see the Usos win. Although, not many teams I want to see, lose against the Street Profits. But it was an okay match, to be honest. So
An okay match. Okay. He says an okay match. Shocker. He's going back to the okay match part. But, all right. Crispy Bacon. How about you? Crispy?
Oh, sorry. No, it was good. I was thinking of something. Sorry. No, it was a good match. It was a good match overall. I mean, both talented tag teams, and either one could have won. I like the Street Profits.
Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary.
There you go.
But all right, so Lou's saying, we want.
I'm with the girls. We want to smoke. I mean,
we want the smoke, and then Lou's saying, "Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary." All right.
Yeah.
Anywho, Big B, what was your thoughts on this match?
I mean, it was a good match. I like both tag teams. I mean, obviously, didn't think the Street Profits are going to win the titles, but, they ended up winning the match. Actually, I don't know if it was a title match. Was it? I can't remember.
Let me see.
I thought it was, but anyways, either way.
Yeah, it was. I think.
Okay, so we know how it ended. I could see them before Extreme Rules because I think that's Roman's next match against Ballard is a little 6-man tag. The Bloodline versus Ballard and Street Profits.
Okay. You know what? I could see that too. It could definitely be a possibility. It's something that we could definitely see. But speaking of that, all right, Chris.
That was it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was the main event. But I was gonna, well, no, not the dark match, but I was gonna say, let's not forget about the Demon King, right? The Demon King making his comeback for the first time in 800 and some days. He finally made his comeback as the Demon King. It was great to see. The Demon King is in the house.
So glad.
That's kind of cool.
And we're gonna see the Demon King actually face Roman Reigns. So that I'm super excited for. But people are saying how the Demon King is gonna win. He's not gonna win though. He won't win. It'll be cool to see him, but he's not gonna win.
I think he will.
You really think he's gonna win?
Yes.
I don't think he's going to.
Oh.
No.
You're telling me you're gonna bring Lesnar back to hype up him and Roman Reigns, and you're gonna have Demon King win the title at Extreme Rules?
Yep. They're gonna do a script change.
That makes no sense.
Wouldn't be surprising.
Do we want to bet an RK Bro hat on that one there, Viper?
No.
I'm just saying that makes no sense. I don't think they're gonna bring Brock back just to have the Demon King beat Roman. I don't see that. That just would not make any sense.
Look what they did with Goldberg. They brought Goldberg back to hype him and Lashley, and then at the end of SummerSlam, it looked like there was going to be a continuance to their feud, and Goldberg has.
Oh, there will be.
So
there's going to be. There's going to be.
There's going to be.
But
it may not be for the title, but Goldberg's going to get his hands on.
Yeah, it's going to be a non-title match, but it's going to be a continuance. It's going to be.
And they're known to change scripts anyways, so.
Yeah, we know that, but I just if they change it and they make Demon King the champ, that's gonna be a big hit, I think.
Oh yeah, it would be a huge hit. But anyways, so that is actually the end of it. So that brings us to the end of our show, and we started losing all of our people. But anyway,
where'd everybody go?
I don't know. Everyone's gone. So Big B actually went to turn himself into the Demon King himself. So he's going to return. Big B is going to return as the Demon King. But anyway, all right. So Crispy Bacon, you got 30, 45 seconds to wrap up whatever it is you want to say.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Great seeing your comments and interaction with the show. Tune in to Coast and Coast. We have great shows coming up this week, and things moving around, but we got great shows.
All right, and then I thought you were coming back as the Demon King. I was getting excited there for a second.
Yeah, that would have been freaky, huh? That would have been something.
That would have been freaky. All right, and then of course, Dragon Viper. What do you go ahead and tell me what you think for the end of it?
Well,
it doesn't matter what you think. Okay, no. Go ahead.
Before I get off here, because I have to go to work, but I just want to thank everybody for watching and commenting. I enjoy doing this, and I'm glad to be doing this every week again. I took a break, but I'm back. So I know everybody was hoping it, and William missed it tonight. But anyway, I hope everybody has a good night.
All right, Big B, go ahead. What do you got?
No, I'm enjoying talking with you guys. Glad I got off work early enough to do this. Can't wait for Tuesday. I know we got a big show starting up, so I can't wait for that. So the viewers love interacting with all you guys. Lou and didn't see William tonight, but saw Chrissy and everybody else. So it's great. It's always fun to throw jabs at Dragon Viper, So
That
It's always great to be out there. And yes, of course, thank you for watching the show. You can watch our debut episode of our next, that's right, our next wrestling show. We'll tell you what the name's going to be. We're not quite sure yet. We might actually do a poll to where you guys can help us decide what the name is going to be, but it will be debuting on Tuesday night. So with that, I hope everybody has a fantastic night, and we will see you tomorrow for an episode of Cooking with Jody. Have a good night.